It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Ever heard of Alexander McQueen? Now, Alexander McQueen is one of the greatest fashion designers, I believe, of all time, at least of his generation. But he had a problem when he first got started, because when he first got started, he was creative, he was different, and he went against all of the rules. And as a result, oftentimes his fashion wasn't appreciated when he first got started. Now, isn't that how it is in business? You have an idea, you want to be innovative, you want to be creative, you want to solve a big problem, but yet the world sees it as a little bit advanced. Now, here's what's interesting. When he first started off just doing costumes for theaters, and he was very creative. The conflict came as he was doing that, is that as he was doing his side hustle, he became the lead designer for Givenchy. Now, when you become that designer, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Do I continue my passion? Do I continue what I'm doing? Or do I reach out and do something different? Here's the big takeaway I want you to have as a CEO. He decided to follow his passion. He decided to continue to solve problems. He decided to make a difference for other individuals in the fashion world. And as a result, when he became the lead designer for Gucci, then he started getting the recognition that he needed because he was solving a big problem for folks who were looking to have the problem resolved. What's the big takeaway for you as a CEO? The big takeaway for you as a CEO is three things. Number one, to reach new heights, to get to new businesses, to get to a level you never thought was possible. It's going to take a sales system. It's going to take sales leadership. It's going to take stepping out the box and solving a problem like you've never solved the problem before for a group of folks. And once you transform their lives or you make a difference in their business, then you will see your sales go up, 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 up and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm super excited you're here. Every morning we like to get started with our personal mantra. And our personal mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Why? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the big takeaway, Shay? Well, the big takeaway is you've got to make more sales. The big takeaway is that selling is serious business. Our next segment that we talk about all the time is learn, earn, and return. Now, you may have heard say this before. I want you to repeat after me. I have to learn something new. And this is something that we can talk about for our sales department in order to earn new revenue from existing clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. This is the pledge that we make to our sales department every single day when we get started, because we have three objectives as a sales department. Number one, to access sales progress. So every day we're checking in. How are we doing in sales? How's our revenue looking? What are our indicators looking like every day when we get started? Number two that we look for every day is addressing any roadblocks that are out there. And number three is understanding the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be profitable, in order to make a difference. And the 5 sales pillars are, number one, it's understanding you need a sales plan, a one-page CEO sales plan. Number 2 sales pillar is understand that you must have a sales cycle. What's the cycle that you go through with your clients? Number 3, which is very important, is the sales message. Those are the words that you're using. Number 4, that's very important as you get started every single day, is making sure that you have associated to you your sales indicators, where it gets measured, gets managed. And number 4 is a sales team. You pull that together, and now you can have the revenue that you're looking for. So why do we get together every single morning? CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So you're going to make sales. I get it. You're going to generate more revenue. I get it. But you'll get there faster working with folks than you would by yourself. Our number one objective, our big why, is all about sales growth, sales accountability, and sales consistency. And you may have heard this before, but it's so true that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? They struggle with consistency. And all we ask for is 15 minutes a day. Now, every day, there are 1,440 minutes in every day. And all we ask for is 15 minutes that day. And 15 minutes that day represents 1% of your day to focus on sales. And what's our number one outcome? Why do you focus 15 minutes a day? Is so you can generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And I want you to imagine how your life would be different if you had $100,000 a month coming in over and beyond whatever you're earning today, because you focused on solving problems. You focus on making a difference for other folks. You focus on being innovative. You focus on being creative. You focus on following your passion. And as a result, you see your revenue go up $100,000 every single month over and beyond whatever you're earning today. Now, we're going to talk about the CEO sales dashboard. And the reason I like to talk about that is because it's the challenge that entrepreneurs have. As a CEO, what do you measure when it comes to sales? Like if I was to pause right now and say, okay, what do you look at every single day that helps you determine where you're going to allocate your people, your tools, and your resources? Okay. And for most, maybe they look at their bank account. For others, maybe look at some sheet that says how many sales came in. But what are the indicators that drive it? It's like if you want to be a healthier person, you can exercise, and that's one indicator. You need that. But what if you focused on what you were putting in your mouth, your diet, your health, your nutrition? Wouldn't that make a much, much, much bigger difference? Wouldn't that be a contribution? And that's what happened with the sales. A number of folks didn't know. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, there's 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand. There are leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now, if you just follow that every single day, you just focus on leads, appointments, and deals every single day, then guess what? You would see your sales go up so you can get to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable income. So we created something called the CEO Sales Dashboard. If you haven't downloaded it, go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Again, www.ceosalesdashboard.com, and you can download it. You can also open it up right now. So if you open it up right now, it's going to look something like this. It's an Excel sheet. You can go and download it, and you go across the bottom or across the side, you'll see leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. And then you go all the way across the top, and you see across the top 1 through 31. And you find today's date. You come down to today's date, and you ask yourself, okay, how many new leads do I need to generate? How many are those are qualified? But I want you to look at today and plug in the numbers really under appointments. And the reason I want you to do that is because nothing happens without an appointment. Put that down in your notes. Nothing happens without an appointment. And so you want to focus on every day on generating more appointments, because when you generate more appointments, it allows you to focus and have conversation with people who have a problem. So as you go in there and you look at that right now, pull it up right now, and let's look under appointments. And under appointments, there's appointments set and there's appointments run. So there's 2 types of skill sets. There's appointment setting, that's one skill set, and there's appointment running, that's another skill set. Now, how many appointments were set? Appointment set means someone agreed to be meeting with you. Appointment run means they showed up. They were there. And as a result of them being there, they're in the conversation with you right now. Now, you might say, Shay, I don't have to run appointments. That's fine. Maybe an appointment for you is something different. We do have different type of appointments, and that's why we measure it. There's one-on-one appointments, and I get that. Some of you are meeting people one-on-one. There's one-to-many. That means maybe you show up and there's 1,000 people there, 100 people there. Maybe there's only 10 people there. But some of you run appointments that are one-to-many. How many appointments did your team run? And then did you set an appointment just to collaborate? You know, one of the things we talked about earlier in the case study is the individual got to where they were able to get to because they were able to collaborate, able to work with other folks. And so you might have appointments where you're just collaborating, talking about how you can solve a problem together and make a bigger difference together. Collaboration, one of my 12 rules for life I love to say, is collaboration crushes competition. So you go to that category right now. You can add some categories. And some of you focus on referrals. So go ahead right now. How many referrals did you generate over the last 30 days? How many referrals did you generate yesterday? For the sales department, how many referrals did you generate over the last 7 days? I know it seems a little out of order, but it's so important because now you're looking at the trend. 30 days out, 7 days out, 14 days out, 2 days out, yesterday. And here's what we know. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions their focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you're focused on. So now we're focusing on how many referrals are we generating through our systems? How many referrals are we asking for? How many referrals coming because someone just called the office? Isn't that amazing? They just called the office and it happened all by itself. Oh, that is super duper incredible. Now, we're going to move to the next segment, where I believe that powerful people ask powerful questions because questions their focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to focus on celebrating some wins. What are you most proud of in the sales department yesterday? What's the biggest accomplishment you had in the sales department yesterday? What's the one thing you want to brag about? If I could bring you on here right now and you could just brag. What's the one thing you want to brag on right now for that sales department? And go ahead and mention that right now. Seriously, like right now, go ahead and put that down right now. But we also understand as powerful people ask powerful questions, they also ask questions about how they overcome any hurdles, how they overcome any setbacks. So I want you to think about what was your biggest hurdle yesterday in the sales department, your biggest roadblock. What's the one thing that's preventing you today from moving forward in your sales department? And what's the one thing that if you did, it could just move the needle? You did this one thing and it would just move the needle. Sometimes you do something that's no big deal. You just show up, you do something different. And other times it just moves the whole needle. Make a decision. You're going to do that today. In the time that you and I have, you're going to step forward and you're going to take that action today. Here's what I do know is that you're watching this right now and you're already a CEO. You're already amazing. My message to you right now is stay the course. My message to you today is stay the course. My message to you today is stay the course. Focus on top income producing activities. When you focus on the activities, the results happen. Now, results take as long as results take. And sometimes you get paid today. Sometimes you get paid tomorrow. But when you take the right actions, I promise you, you will get the right results. You have what it takes. You're amazing. You're incredible. And I know as you're watching this right now, I believe your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. God bless. Keep doing God's work, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace. We out of here. Bye-bye.